Hello, Julie.
Hello, Mark.
Julie, tell us about yourself. I understand you were born in France, is that right?
Yes, as you will quickly realize with my thick accent, I was born in France. I was born in a city called Limoges, which is known for porcelain, China mostly. And my family still lives in that city. Well, I started by moving to Canada once I was done with my studies of trumpet is my primary instrument, trumpet and conducting. When I was completing my diplomas in France, I quickly realized I wanted to explore a little more international profile and way of being a musician in the world. So I moved to Montreal to do 2 bachelors and 2 masters in 3 years, which I don't recommend to anybody, at the Conservatoire of Montreal, trumpet and conducting in parallel. And then after 3 years, so that was 2007, and then in 2010 I moved to the United States. I started in New York City, where I was freelancer and teaching artist for an El Sistema inspired program in town. And later on, I moved to Baltimore, and now I'm here in Arizona since 2019. Trumpet is my primary instrument. I started on the cornet when I was 7 years old. And later on, as I developed my interest in becoming a serious conductor, I learned how to play the violin. I also learned how to play the piano when I was a child. So I was doing cornet and piano for many years. So as I said, I started with the cornet in my hometown of Limoges at 7. And that was music school and then conservatory. After this, I started learning conducting when I was 17. I started with band conducting and then I moved to orchestra conducting. The school I studied were in Limoges and then in Bordeaux and Paris. And after my French studies, I moved to Montreal, Canada to do my master's. And after that, I worked a little bit in the US and I moved to Baltimore, where I did my doctorate in conducting with Marin Alsop at the Peabody Institute. I just completed my doctorate now. My really first professional contract as a guest conductor was in Malaysia, conducting the Kuala Lumpur Symphony some years ago for their holiday concert. So I was their guest conductor conducting the symphony and also guest youth choirs, and we made a wonderful event out of it. That was the first big orchestra I conducted. I realized that Arizona State University, ASU, had a position that was fitting my skill set perfectly, so I applied. They were looking for an additional member to their conducting faculty, somebody who would teach some conducting classes as well as conduct the Philharmonia Orchestra. So I applied and I was lucky to get selected. Well, they are more and more now. I am very fortunate to have Marin Alsop as a mentor. I did my doctorate studies with her, and she really paved the way for my generation and the next. So they are more and more of us, very powerful, talented women, and I'm happy to not be just a few. Yes, I have a fond memory of that concert. I have an even fonder memory of the rehearsal process, which is really where you meet your musical family and you co-create what will the concert be. The concert is the icing on the cake that we can present to you. But I have wonderful memory about meeting everybody and really creating a really nice musical growth within that week of rehearsal that we had. And the concert was a thrill. We were lucky to collaborate with a magician and have a lot of excitement on stage that day. I want to increase the orchestra's visibility in the Valley and in the state. It's such a prestigious ensemble. We are entering our 69th season, and a well-established orchestra like this deserved all the visibility possible. And I want to keep on crafting the sound, the sonic world that I am inspired by with all the musicians, and make the orchestra being discovered by as many audience members throughout the Valley as possible. That's my goal. I have many. I'm really fond of collaborations, for example, so I want to make sure that we are partnering with different arts organizations to present concerts that are more of an event and not just a musical moment in your day. Some visual arts or dancers or actors, and also if we could perform everywhere possible, that will be wonderful. We want you to come to the Mesa Arts Center to see us, and we want to go to you as well. So let's expand our locations. The questions about what is the favorite is a really tricky one. I tend to answer it by saying it's as hard as picking who's your favorite child as a parent. I'm inspired by a lot of eras and a lot of composers. I've been bathed in my early studies with Beethoven, Brahms, the humor of Haydn, moving on with Mahler. Of course, Debussy and Ravel were part of my daily breakfast. And now I am lucky I love researching new music and new composers, and I'm lucky to discover fantastic new music every month when I go into my researches. So a little bit of everything. I'm not stuck with one era in particular. I think they enrich each other.
Is that your philosophy in selecting music for an orchestra?
Actually, yes, it is. I want to make sure that every audience member has an entry point into the concert that evening. So I love selecting with variety in mind. Maybe we have a very standard, extremely known and comforting symphony for you to play, and an overture that is less known, or a concerto that comes from years that are a little more closer to us. And I also love discovering pieces that are rarely performed, but from extremely known composers. That's always fun for me because it brings us to appreciate them into a new light. So diversity is key for me. Thank you as well, Mark. I think it was wonderful to spend that time together with you. And to our patrons, I cannot wait to meet you, and I am very approachable. So please come to our concerts and come say hello at the end, and we'll have a little chat. If you're not too scared about my thick accent, I'll be happy to talk with you and meet with you and know what you like and what you want for us to play. That's really what excites me the most about the beginning of our relationship. It's meeting all of you. So I hope to see you soon.